Hey guys, so today I want to make a very quick video here where I'm just going to go ahead and compare the iPhone 5 versus the Optimus L9. And I know that these phones aren't in the same kind of price frame. The iPhone, of course, the iPhone 5 is very expensive right now, while you can get almost 3 LG Optimus L9s for the price of an iPhone. But I think still this is a fun video to do and interesting because, as you can see, the performance wise they are kind of the same over here, and you know, we open up things, it's fast on both. So let's go ahead and make this comparison, shall we? And of course we will talk about the specs. We're going to go ahead and talk about the good things with L9 and good things with iPhone 5. So if we go ahead now and start off with the obvious things, where we can go ahead and see that the L9 is bigger. It's a 4.5-inch display versus the 5-inch or 4-inch display here on the iPhone. And that's about it. On the front side, both have a home button over here, but then you also get 2 capacitive touch buttons here on the L9. So you get a menu key and then you get a multitask key. Of course, on the iPhone 5, to multitask in iOS, use double tap. Use as it's always been. To multitask over here, use hold in the home button. And then you can stop everything else, or you just quickly go to the task manager. If you just go ahead now and continue down the line, the first thing, obvious thing here about the iPhone 5 that's good in terms of speed. You can also take a quick look here at the back. You get an 8 megapixel camera here on the iPhone 5, where you get a 5 megapixel one on the L9. So obvious, there is way better in terms of quality. It's a lot better here on the iPhone 5. And then also one very good thing with iPhone is that it doesn't have the speaker at the bottom or on the back, as the L9 has over here. It has it here on the side. That basically means that you can have your iPhone turned both ways and still hear good sound. So that's something that's extremely nice. If we go ahead and continue here, we can see that the in terms of specs, and the first thing, if you in terms of speed, if you are a 4G guy, you can't get 4G speeds here on the L9. It is the 3G device and all the technologies over there, while the iPhone 5 finally is one of the iPhones where you can get 4G speeds, so you can get extremely fast speeds when you're surfing and browsing the web. So that's something that is extremely awesome. And then we should also remember that the price that you will pay for the L9, you can almost get 3 L9s for the price of an iPhone 5. In terms of the size, we almost have the same kind of quality-wise, the same kind of heaviness. 120 grams here on the L9, while it's 112 grams here on the iPhone 5. Of course, also something that we should say about the iPhone 5 is that it feels more exclusive, feels more a high build quality here. It doesn't have plastic on the back. It does have some other material. Then it has glass here at the bottom, and then on the top and here it has some kind of matte feeling. The steel feels good, and I like that when you use this iPhone compared to earlier iPhones, it doesn't move around, just because it doesn't have full glass back, but you get glass over there, and then you get, of course, glass on the front, and then also it has a big flat side here that also looks very good. Also the speaker down here at the bottom, it looks very good, and it works extremely awesome. So when we go to the L9 over here, it does have a hard case, hard kind of feeling here on the plastic here on the back, while on the front side, of course, it does have this kind of plastic feeling over here also on the front side, while they both sound and feel kind of the same. Oops, I got a message on my phone. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. Now, if we continue down the line, one thing that's also extremely nice with the iPhone 5 here compared to the Optimus L9 is that the that the iPhone 5, of course both of these phones do have an IPS LCD display, but you get the LED backlit LCD display here on the iPhone 5, which makes it so the display is so much more awesome. It displays color more awesome, it's more colorful, it's more vivid, it's just more awesome compared to earlier iPhones, and it's way more great looking than the Optimus L9 does. My camera doesn't even like the L9, I'm not sure why, but it displays colors a little bit different sometimes. I think it's kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure that LG just stuffed in some kind of mid-range display into this device, because the device costs around, you know, mid-range price. So in terms of display, that's a very big thing here. That's better also with the iPhone 5, even though both are having an IPS LCD, but you get an LED over here. If you go ahead and continue at the resolution here, also, of course, as you probably already have seen, the L9 is a little bit bigger, 4.5 inch, while this new iPhone, compared to earlier iPhones, is a little bit bigger. It's 0.5 inch bigger. It's a 4-inch display, and it is having the resolution of 1136 times 640 with a PPI, pixels per inch, of 326. Which is making the PPI extremely awesome, even 2013, and you know, for reading and everything, it's just so awesome. It's great, but then of course it should be great for the price that you will pay for this device. On the L9, it's also extremely good. Not as good though, in a resolution of 960 times 540. So as you see, both doesn't have 960. But 960 times 540, 4.5 inch, a little bit bigger display, which I definitely do appreciate that it is a little bit bigger. Pixels per inch of 245, so you get almost 100 more pixels per inch on the iPhone 5. So in terms of reading, like Kindle experience, in terms of web browsing experience, if you zoom in, if you read a lot, it will look way better here on the iPhone 5. I know that some people probably will call me a fanboy for doing this video, but I'm just trying to, you know, make a review over here and just be honest with you people. You should all know that I run Android devices 24/7. In terms of quality though, or in terms of quality when, let's say, you drop the device, the L9, or let's say it's 9 for scratch proof, the L9 does have a Gorilla Glass 2 technology here on the front side, used as the Galaxy Note 2, the Galaxy S3, while the iPhone 5 has it does have a Gorilla Glass, but it seems like only it's this first generation, but I might be wrong on that. But then we also should remember that if you would drop a hammer or something on these two devices, just because the screen is a little bit smaller, it might be a little bit harder to break here on the iPhone 5, because it's 4 inch, this one's 4.5, so the iPhone 5 would be able to survive it better. But in terms of Gorilla Glass 2, of course, or Gorilla Glass in general, is mostly for if you would scratch the device, then it should be better here on the L9. So the L9 has some pretty decent protection here for the price that you will pay. Now in terms of memory here, this is also one very good thing that's so much more awesome, and one of the things that sucks the most with the L9 is that it only has a 4 GB variant of internal storage. Yes, it has an SD card that you can stuff in on the back if you would like to take a lot of pictures and videos with this 5-megapixel camera, but it doesn't work for apps in the Google Play Store, so you will only be able to install like around maximum like 2 high-end Android games on the L9, while on the iPhone it comes in many different variants. Yes, it doesn't have a removable battery, that sucks, but it does, and it doesn't have an SD card option, but it does have different variants. It has 16, 32, and 64 GB variants of internal storage. And then also what it has is it has 1 GB RAM, but that's the same here on both these two devices. So you get 1 GB RAM on both these devices, so you should have no issue whatsoever when you multitask a lot, if you like to do those things. And then also one big thing here, as I said there, you get an 8-megapixel camera on the iPhone 5. And also a 1.4 or 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera here for video calling. So I mean that's better than the 5 megapixel camera here that you get on the Optimus L9, and also you only do get a VGA camera here in the front. But I mean, if you don't do some video calls, it should be, you know, no problem. I don't think most people will complain that much. But if you take a lot of pictures, you might want to consider checking out the L9 in the store first. It still takes some, you know, good pictures here. I think most people will be kind of satisfied for normal pictures that you do take with your smartphone. But if you talk about real quality here, the iPhone 5 has a way better camera and way better sensor over there. And also something that you also might already do know, you get more freedom here. These both two are running different kinds of operating systems. We have iOS 6 here from Apple, we have iOS from Apple, which is a little bit locked down, and you get the kind of Apple experience. And it's awesome if you have a lot of Apple products at home. But if you want a little bit more freedom, you want to be able to download stuff from the Pirate Bay and put them on your smartphone, and you don't want to pay for stuff, and you just want to have more freedom, you want to customize the lock screen, then the Optimus L9 is awesome, because as you can see, there's a cool lock screen over here, but you can easily change that by just downloading another theme or another app from the Google Play Store, because this Optimus L9 is rocking Android, and it doesn't rock the latest version of Android right now that I don't know if it's going to get the latest version of Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, or just Jelly Bean in general. Right now it's rocking on Android 4.1.4 ICS, but it might get Jelly Bean in the future. But that's something that that LG has been kind of poor. If you look in the past in updating their smartphones, I think still the Optimus 2X still hasn't got like Android 4.0, so that's really sad, and maybe have been getting it right now. But if you look at the competitors like Samsung that has like mid-range products, they are unveiling 4.1 Jelly Bean for those. So hopefully the 4.1 Jelly Bean update will come here for the Optimus L9. But generally, you get way more freedom here on the Optimus L9. You can customize almost everything, and you can put stuff into your device. You can easily copy and paste stuff from your memory card and SD card. You can easily put on more games. You don't have to pay with Android. So that's of course something that's very awesome. You have cool effects that you can easily change without having to jailbreak your device, and so it's very cool. And now if you go ahead and if we take a look now at the chipset, of course we get Apple's own A6 chipset, so it's extremely well optimized over here. And then we get the TI-OMA 4430 chipset here inside of the Optimus L9, which means it has kind of the same chipset as the Galaxy Nexus from late 2011. In terms of processor here, you get a dual-core 1.2 GHz processor here on the iPhone, while you get a dual-core 1 GHz on the L9. As you can see clearly, you can see a difference, and the difference ain't big. You kind of get like a smooth experience here also when you are inside of the browser here on the Optimus L9, so something that's good to know. And so the processor ain't that a big deal, so it's extremely affordable if you talk about that. And also in terms of gaming, you get a SGX 543 MP3 triple core graphics here inside of the iPhone, so amazing graphics. Too bad that you can only enjoy it on a 4-inch display. A lot of games actually, for me personally, feels a little bit weird on just a small display. While you also get a SGX GPU here on the L9, seems like it's the SGX 540 GPU, but not a triple core GPU or a dual core one, but still an SGX 540 GPU that still should provide some decent performance or some awesome performance for the price that you will pay for this device. So that could also be a thing that you might want to know. And then now also in terms of the battery, you get 1440 milliamps here on the iPhone 5, while you get a very good 2150 milliamp battery here in terms of the L9. So huge props there for LG for providing that of a big battery. So you'll probably see a better battery life experience here with the L9 compared to the iPhone. If I can in the future, I will do some battery testing and awesome things like that. But now, if you just sum it up a little bit quick here, the good things here with the iPhone 5, why you might want to pick that one up, is that it's 4G, way faster speeds. Memory is massive, big thing. If you would like to have a lot of apps, of course, on the L9 you have the SD card option, but then you have to buy an SD card and so forth. And then also the display is so much more awesome, and also the camera is great. So those are the big things, I think. Now, why would you want to pick up the L9? Well, as I said there in the beginning, you can get almost 3 Optimus L9s for the price of one iPhone, and it's extremely, it feels good. It has a kind of cool Prada feeling. It almost feels like the Optimus 4X over here. I can't almost like tell the difference, and I'll probably make a comparison the Optimus 4X HD versus the Optimus L9 in the near future. And then we also do have the freedom with Android. You get so much freedom for the small price. This device costs around $100 less than the Galaxy S2, and so it's just an amazing phone over there. And also, if you prefer the a little bit bigger display than on the Galaxy S2, and then I would say that you might want to pick this one up, not just because it's affordable, but that it has a little bit bigger display. And if you do a lot of browsing, it could actually be kind of useful there to have that 5-inch bigger display. And the last thing that I haven't tried out, but I can only assume, you just look at the numbers here, that the battery is so much better here on the Optimus L9, because it has almost 1,000 more milliamps stuffed into this. And if the battery ain't good right now, I'm pretty sure that there will come out some different ROMs, so you can go ahead and tweak the battery and make it even better. But then of course you have different battery apps for both these two devices. Like Use Defender, they can save up a lot of battery for Android. I haven't tried to do the same thing here on an iPhone, but I'm pretty sure there are apps and jailbreak tweaks for that. So yeah, just quickly a video. If you want to leave some good feedback, go ahead and do so below. And which one is your favorite awesome phone? And do you want to see any cool review or any future smartphone review? Go ahead and leave a comment down below, so I will know. Yeah, have a good day.